We're live, if my setting's still okay.
Uh-oh.
Hello!
Alright.
So
Hello.
we're...
I think yes, it's there. It's there. It's working. Here we
Yes.
go.
We've had some last moment changes in what was going to happen for the live stream, so we're a little bit on the late side. Apologies.
Yes.
Um, but let's wait until there's more people here, and let me also grab my laptop instead of using my PC because I've done the ghetto setup style. Oh, this is what I mean. Uh-oh. Did I
What?
have
What
your
are you
Skype
doing?
information there? No.
Oh no! Not everybody
Oh
knows how
no!
to
It's
contact me
I
on
don't know
Skype.
why it does that.
I think it was there. I think we'll need to cut it out later.
Okay. Oh my
Uh,
god.
I don't
So
even see. Oh, here. Here you see with the view counts. Let's see. Chat is working. Get a second
I
stream.
I know.
Goedemiddag. Hey, Pim.
I know. I really need to get a
Wait, you
second
still don't have a
screen.
second
No,
stream?
I still don't have a second screen.
How is that possible?
Sometimes Skype decides also to like jag a bit.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I'm having lots of problems with OBS also.
Uploading. Wait, I made a Facebook post and it's just stuck on uploading. Why does it even need to upload anything?
No idea. Okay. Welcome to the live stream. It's very ghetto today because Eric had to tap
Unlike
out,
yourself.
and my OBS setup is really screwed. I still can't get window capture to work, and no time to fix it. So it's really ghetto style.
Hi! Tina, what are you doing? Why are you tagging everybody? Okay, sure. At
So
least tag everybody with the Twitch link.
oh, Discord has video chat, but is that for like the whole Discord?
Yeah, but I think from Taiwan to Discord video chat doesn't work at all. I tried it before.
Mm. Okay,
Okay, wait, I
then
need to
that
make another
sucks.
post on Facebook. Uh, uh, uh.
All right.
Oh, wait. Okay, let me try this again. There we go. Write a post. Share now. Eh? It's stuck on uploading again. I think you need to do it. I'll send you the
What? I need to post it or?
yeah. Or Tino maybe. I put the post on the social channel.
Is it on Twitter also or?
Probably shit in Taiwan to Europe. Yeah. The Discord video chat is really bad. I remember trying to do like I think we tried, or maybe it was just me.
Thank you, Tino.
No, I think it was just me back then. Is it live now? Okay, I'll just reload and hope this one doesn't work anymore.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay, I think it works now. Hey,
Eric is with us in spirit, and as a
yes.
smiley down below
And
me.
there's a smiley. He's with us, smiling over us. Can I do this? How does this work?
Cops. Oh yeah, you literally sent the heart now also on the stream. Ah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, this is to Eric
Cop
because he's not there.
Vampires just said, why are they live streaming? They got a keyboard to make. Ah. You almost had it.
Ah, shit. So close.
Yes, we do have a keyboard to make. We're actually also going to talk about the keyboard today.
Yes.
There's more stuff to share. It's just not able to show it because I don't have that prototype with me today.
Eric isn't here while I'm out. Okay, see you later, Cole. Thanks for jumping in.
Okay, so today's live stream, there are a couple of things that we're going to cover. But it is definitely a bit of a ghetto live stream, meaning
Yes.
the setup kind of sucks right now, and it's not going to be a long live stream. As you can imagine, where all of us are really up in our head with things that we need to do. And it even got to, and the heat in Holland even got to Erik.
Oh my god, it's terrible now. Wait, let me turn on the fan.
So
It's so warm.
today we're just gonna cover three of the most important things. which is the utility update that just went out,
Yes.
and what it means, the Wooting Two and the progress, and the
Yeah.
developer portal.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the main topics for today.
Yeah.
So, of course, if there is any question or there is any, outside topic question even, you're welcome to ask. That's what the live stream is for. And as long as we can keep everything within an hour, it can go a little bit over, it's okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, should we do like, how should we
How's
approach
chat
this
doing?
today?
How's everybody in chat doing today?
Yeah.
Are you guys enjoying the heat? The lack of rain everywhere in the world for some reason. I heard that in Finland today it was raining again. In Holland it's still really, really dry. I think it's been dry for like 3 weeks, maybe longer. All the trees are dying. The heat is killing me.
Possible? Holy.
It's too damn hot. Yeah, I definitely desire some liquid sunshine too. Oh my god.
Darren called you out. 23 degrees isn't heat.
Dude, it's definitely warmer here. Let me see. Hello.
I concur.
26. Tomorrow will be 28.
But is it a dry heat?
Yes. A lot more comfortable than in Taiwan. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess.
It is raining here in Edmonton, Canada. Oh, well.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm coming over your way tomorrow, so maybe I'll be able to catch some rain. Well, not in Canada, but US at least.
Cop mentions a very smart thing is we should put on a Wooting hat, which would be the cap, which we never received, which was sent to us one time, and it's disappeared.
There's only one guy, Eric, with the Wooting hat, and that's Eric.
I think
only one guy Wooting with the Wooting cap.
I think Eric sabotaged the shipment because he just wanted to be the sole user of a Wooting cap.
Yeah. Well, talking about sabotaging shipments, I just got a message from what is his name again? Rolfin on Discord, and he sent me a keyboard to inspect something, and it arrived. So he sent it to Holland from the US, and if I look at the tracking description, it arrived in Amsterdam 6 days ago, but 2 days later it got sent to Brazil.
What? Why?
For some reason. And now it's held in customs in Brazil.
Huh?
What the fuck? Yeah.
This makes me...
Curitiba, Brazil. Held in customs.
It's like, if you're going to ship it to the wrong country, it's one of the worst countries you can ship it to.
Yeah. Not just that, it's also a different continent. It's not like it's stuck in Belgium or something. Yeah.
I think we can forget about that keyboard. It just reminds me also from the keyboards we sent to Mexico by post before.
Oh.
My God.
Some guy sorting the pony knew a guy who really wanted a keyboard. I mean, you never know in Amsterdam, right? Maybe it's Wooting laundering. I mean, yeah. They thought, oh, nice box. We'll just put some other stuff in there and ship it right to Brazil. Oh my God.
It's a really crappy moment to make a mistake also, especially if we're the ones who have to pay for it in the end. But
yeah, we already paid for it. And also...
the whole ticket stuff is also quite time consuming.
Yeah. But even because I only had time to inspect it this week because I'm heading out this weekend, so... Shipping companies are full of highly trained professionals. Yeah.
Professionals.
Kappa.
I already saw a couple of questions come by. Wooting Two release date and something about making something like Orb Weaver. So I wish we had a Q&A like Kickstarter now that we could just throw it in and then display
Maybe they're like Q&A Twitch extensions now because there's so many.
True. So we should check that out.
Yeah, we should look into it something. Yeah.
So to answer the question about Wooting 2 release date, it released, whoa! But if you're thinking about when am I going to receive it, then you can expect a keyboard in November or December. So right now, and we'll get to that point later with the subject when we're talking about the Wooting 2, what the progress is right now. And then Sleep-related, do you have any plans to make Wooting gamepad like Razer or Weaver that travel friendly? Now that you mention this, well, first I'll answer the question specifically. Is we're not planning to make something like that for various reasons, but it's also why we don't have a separate numpad product. And if we were going to do it, it's not going to be in the near future. That's the short answer. I did realize something. I had on Twitter a professional first-person shooter esports player, okay?
Okay.
But he was pretty legit, okay? And he said he used spacebar for shooting, like instead of left-clicking, okay? Which is a trick that some players use, which is very interesting. The second thing he also said is about the super cramped spaces that he would have at tournaments, and therefore requires to have a smaller sized keyboard in general.
Okay.
So
sorry, what game was he playing?
From what I saw, he used to play a lot of the Call of Duty franchises in the past.
You said he played real shooter games, right?
What kind of games?
You said he played real shooter games, right? Competitively.
Oh. I think now it was on Overwatch, but okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Thought it was relevant.
Yes.
All right. Will we have Brazilian layout, Portuguese? So you're the guy that sabotaged the keyboard, probably. But that keyboard is not a Brazilian layout.
Yeah.
So when it comes to language layouts, we're only supporting right now is UK, German, Nordic, and US, ANSI. Yeah. And we have Taiwan, but it's a little bit Taiwanese, but it's a little bit different situation.
Yes.
So that's the only language we're supporting right now, and we don't have any announcements to make about new languages until so far. It's still a very troublesome thing, in short.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me ask. So what about the Windows key lock? Oh my God. So I wanted to add it. So I wanted to add it this update, but then with how the keyboard format is structured, it will either be like make it in such a way that it just hacks around everything, like all the logic we have, or do it in a way that is a lot better, but then we basically have a full reprogrammable keyboard. And both of those decisions, the first one I just didn't want to do because I feel like with things you hack, you always have to pay the debt at one point in the future, so I always try to avoid it as much as I can. And with the full reprogrammability option, it's just too much now, with the utility and everything. So I tried to look for a solution that was just like something I could implement within the current systems, but it's just a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Surprised me also. I didn't think it could be that difficult.
I mean, it's not, the reason is because if we want to do it, so you also want to have like indication like is it on or off, and then like maybe per profile, or and you also want to save it on the keyboard and also set it on the utility, and yeah, I don't know. It becomes complicated very fast, and yeah. So that's the deal with the Windows key lock. So sorry, we're not able to offer like a decent solution right now, but we will. Yeah.
There is a way to do it for now, is using the double keystroke function. You can
yes.
In analog profiles.
Do we have a help? I think Domi's probably aware of that one already, I assume.
No,
if he's not,
Domi's the one that's asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we do have an article.
Thanks, dude.
Okay, so.
Question.
No.
Are you reading that?
Well. Okay. Yes, but I want to keep that one for when we get to the utility release then part.
You mean the one with the switchbacks?
Oh, the switchback. Oh, sorry. Okay, switchback can do now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rocky Four says, is it possible that we can split the Switch into different kind of big Switch pack, in different kinds of the big Switch pack, like 80 blues and 30 blacks? I'm afraid that that's not possible, and it's very simple. It creates too many variations. It's too custom, and it causes a lot of work that's just impossible to do.
It's like if we want to do that, you have to imagine that from the start of the factory, we would have to say, okay, this switch pack belongs to Rocky Four in the whole line, and you need to put in this many, and then from that point all the way until like packing and delivery and everything, we need to keep track of all the different versions. It's just it's a lot of work. It sounds. I think it sounds. It is a lot more complicated than it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I only in your left ear?
Right audio. Oh, we should do like one in the left ear and one in the right ear. That'll be so annoying.
Wait. Did that just suddenly happen? And I'm back?
Yeah, I think you're back now. Yeah. I think it was just a little bit.
That's weird. Okay.
I want my own version, thanks. I want my name written on each switch stem. Sure, it's no worries. It's only like 20,000
euros. Pounds. Oh.
I'm not sure if the pound is still worth something, but. No, sorry.
There's a lot of questionable stuff happening when it comes to that kind of stuff. Okay, so before we jump into the first topic, I just thought of another thing to say is, if you missed it, the Wooting 2 is now live for pre-orders on the website. But what I wanted to mention with that is that we started using a different shop backend than our regular shop. So the experience is different and the way some things work is different. And it's not really interesting topic for everybody, but that's been keeping me
I
really...
think like what's cool, what people want to see. I mean, it's stuff. Yeah, the live streams are always about the backstories, right?
Yeah. So what's happening in the back, you know? So
okay, what's happening?
So what's
behind closed doors? Behind closed Discord.
Yeah. So what's been consuming a lot of my time for sure, Eric's time also, and some of Jeroen's time, is that shop.
Yeah.
And changing to that new shop, and we're going to close down the old shop and transfer everything to the new shop eventually.
Yeah. So, and I think the cool ones. The best thing about this one is that it's just integrated within our own website. So it's still like Wooting.nl and all the links don't work in this particular one for it, but that's another story. But the cool thing is that you can just order it within our own website, and then you have like the checking out. It just sort of slides over the website, and that's very nice. And making integration with different things is just a lot easier, and it will save us a lot of hassle in the future.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, I'm using this one right now because I prefer the 10 kilos version, but I also have the Wooting 2 right here.
The dev Wooting 2.
And this is my dev Wooting 2.
That one's going to get fucked up over the years.
Yes. Yeah, I will. In the end, after about like a few years, it will start to look like this one. And this is like my real developer keyboard. It has like the developer cable. It's just so dirty and disgusting. Like I don't use it to type on. It's just for development. So if I need something, then I can just tear it open and just put it in my suitcase and everything. So yes, we are.
We're not using WooCommerce, by the way. Old Shop is also not WooCommerce. WooCommerce is indeed. WooCommerce is pretty good in the sense of to make a quick start, but once you're starting to get a little bit more serious, it's not the right solution to stay on. And our current shop, our previous shop, is on Lightspeed, and it has pros and cons. But the biggest con, just in general, is that it's not very internet savvy compatible yet, and that's something we need.
Yeah, I think like it was pretty good. It's just that with how we want to do, I mean, we want to automate as much as we can because we don't have a lot of people. We would rather focus on building keyboards instead of handling orders. So having like integrations with different applications or websites is one of the most important things for a web shop.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone just shouted in the office. What did you say just now? Oh, Light. We use Shopify now. We use Shopify, but before we used Lightspeed, and all the way at the start we used WooCommerce, right?
Yeah, we first did WooCommerce. It's very funny. Every year we change. First we used
Yes.
WooCommerce, then we went over to Lightspeed, and now in the end we're at Shopify. And
Yeah.
funny point is when we went to Lightspeed, we considered Shopify, but we didn't like some of the plans they had, and we didn't like some of the, let's say, rules they had in place. So we went for
Yeah.
Lightspeed. But in the end, when it really comes down to it, looks like
It just saves a lot of hassle, and it's just worth it.
yeah, it's
a
worth
bit,
yeah.
Because in the end, it's not even that much more expensive.
No, if you, yeah, it depends on how many apps you start paying for, but
Yeah, of course, but
you
that's your
don't
own
really
choice.
need them. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
and companies use.
There is one big disadvantage with Shopify compared
That
to
is-
Lightspeed, is how it deals with taxes.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
the best.
Yeah, it's just that most of those things aren't built by
Americans.
American companies, and they don't really know how the European tax system works. Which I mean, I can't blame them because it's very confusing. It's just that it's a shame that it's always such a hassle.
Yeah.
So I posted 1,000 products to Amazon. Oh my god! And Amazon online environment is so bad too. It's like for a company that makes AWS, it's just incredible how their marketplace can be so terrible. Yeah.
It's running on a lot of old stuff, and it's very
Yeah.
slow to make
And
progression.
AWS is so good. They have like this complete shit platform for themselves. It's incredible. How is it even possible?
I think I've been working with the Amazon adding products. With our own products, even with our own product, there's like a really big freaking learning curve to just get all the basics down. And then once you get to know the platform a bit and you start doing more products through Excel, basically, you can see what it's about. And the idea is simple, but I've uploaded once like 80 products. And the problem you run into immediately is that even though you filled in everything correct, it will sometimes just not accept the product. Just not.
Yeah.
And give
Yeah,
you
but
parent-child issues and all that kind of fun stuff.
yeah. And this was not, just to be clear, this was not for Wooting, right?
Wait, no.
No,
No,
okay,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
No, we don't have like 80 products.
Yeah, I was like,
No, not at all. Okay, anyway, so that's honestly after the Kickstarter. I mean, other than the day-to-day things, that's been a real time killer. And Jeroen has been really busy with the Utility update and developer portal. But before we get in there, the first topic is latest Utility update. So it actually goes into the first update. So there's smooth transition.
Wait,
I thought it was at
are we doing a timestamping again? Did that work last time? I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't-
timestamping, damn. Oh, right. Oh, Tino's been
You wanna do it?
timestamping. He was ahead of us. No,
Really?
he wasn't. No.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Okay, let's.
I mean, I like the idea. Maybe we should do it again.
Yeah, I'll do a
So-
timestamp. So wait. First up, we just had like. Now we have the first
just
topic. Right? Yeah.
Introduction. Let's call it introduction.
Oh, I can move it backwards, right? Introduction. I think I can add them and then move it back and that kind of stuff. Wait, let's do this topic. That's more important.
Okay.
The Utility update.
Yes. Want to count down?
L-
Yeah. So
Okay.
can we do it last? Because
Right.
I think that's only if we keep them on Twitch, right? Because the last stream was kept on Twitch. No.
Oh, did we
No,
export
because they're
the
all
last stream?
exported. Yeah, they're all exported to YouTube anyway, so the timestamps get removed, right?
Yeah, but was the last one exported? I haven't checked if it even
Yeah.
had the timestamps.
I mean, it's not within the videos. It's not done automatically.
It's
Anyway.
not in the description or something? Okay.
No, it just says videos 1, and that's this one.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
And because I haven't exported it, so maybe it didn't get exported. We lost it.
Maybe Tino did it.
Maybe Tino did it. Okay. Topic starts in 3, 2.
So let's talk about the latest utility update. Whoa, that was smooth. So I think yesterday, well, it was actually also already the day before yesterday, but yesterday we made the proper announcement and everything about the latest utility update version 2.4.0 with including mainly focused on the developer portal, which we'll come back to later. But there are also some small things like the media key bug fix, where before it would get stuck sometimes, especially if you would step spam it. And it's a very interesting issue because we had this issue before, and we also said we fixed it before, which was, wait, Caller, am I still hearing you? Or just silent?
I'm just silent.
Oh, okay, because normally you don't speak for, I don't know. When you don't speak for a while, it just I don't know.
It's weird.
Anyway, yeah, it is. So so the media keys, they got stuck sometimes. Very interesting issue as I fall asleep. Yeah, it is, right? And
well, I'm checking about I'm
Oh.
just checking if it uploaded on YouTube or not, but it didn't.
Okay.
So
I'll just keep going.
yeah.
So it's gone?
It's gone. It's gone. Which really sucks. That was a pretty good live stream, actually.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh shit. Anyway, media keys. So at first they were stuck. No, at first I think they were right, and then they were stuck, and then we thought we fixed it, and then it came back, and now we properly fixed it. And I don't know. It's also kind of related to with how annoying it is to add the Windows key disable, because when we initially developed the firmware, you always pick like a certain design to go with, and then over time you run into like issues with the design you choose. And yeah, this is just one of them. And I mean, it is fixed now and it works really well, and it also fits within everything. But it's just I don't know. It was kind of annoying to fix, but it's fixed now, so it should be all good. So that's really cool. And then we also did something improvements for Linux specifically, where before, if you did the Xinput disable on Linux, it will not detect your keyboard anymore at all, which was
Less not so desirable issue to have.
yeah, and that was really bad because even like resetting wouldn't work anymore because it wouldn't recognize the keyboard at all anymore. So even after reset, it will still not recognize it. So I'm glad that's fixed. And let's see, was there anything else? Let me look into the patch notes. I forgot.
Hey, the developer stuff is on it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. But
Okay.
Oh yeah, and we also I'm doing the bug fix first, and then we'll jump into the developer portal because
Oh,
there's
okay.
another one, which is that before when you did like the trail effect or the jelly effect, you would press one of the ISO key buttons, it wouldn't work. So we fixed that one too. So ISO keywords should be all good.
Hey.
Yes. We think about everybody. We don't leave anybody behind, especially our European bros.
Even though none of us use an ISO keyboard, that's why we don't notice it.
Look what I have here.
Oh snap!
Yeah. I'm actually using this one because it's blue switches. Switch it up sometimes.
Ah, okay.
Did I switch the hashtag offset? Oh shit. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, maybe you should check. Well, what's the hashtag offset? Was it Ripple?
Ripple.
I mean, it should like at least react to the when you press it, if that's what you mean. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Yeah, let me know if it works or doesn't. Respect for your one is gone.
Guess you're using ISO keyboard. Dun dun dun.
Oh my god, it's over. It's over. Yeah.
I think so.
Oh. Anyway.
So now that that new utility and firmware version is out, does that mean, I'm just gonna bring it up, okay? Does that
Yeah.
mean people can get started with stuff that developers make?
Oh, I mean, yes and no. I mean, what we talked about this morning, I think it's like, let me think if I can. Oh yeah, so I mean, so with this firmware update, at least like it is compatible with the developer portal and everything that is on the developer portal. So if you want to get started with that, you can go there. You can also the Boot Dev channel is also public now on Discord, so also check that out and be sure to talk to people because there are a lot of cool people active in the channel already. So if you have any questions on where to get started or what to do or want to see what somebody else already made, you can check it out there. We're going to add it to our developer portal website too, so it will be like a sort of a community spotlight, or if you just want to check out some cool things. I think there's still some work to be done, and that is especially with how we plan to introduce it to game developers. But that's, I mean, it's kind of a complicated story. If people are interested, then I'm happy to talk about it, but I think it's better if we leave that to Discord instead of the stream.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can do it too.
I wanted to bring.
Is that not what you're referring to?
You, yeah. I mean, you like summarized like the entire thing. I was just more looking at what can people expect when it comes to this. But you summarized it basically.
Yeah.
So in other words, in short, is that with the new firmware update, developers can get started without having to change the keyboard firmware or something. They can immediately make use of the SDKs, the developer portal.
Yeah, let's just call it like this. Like the tools are in place now to make things yourself if you want to. But if you're like sort of more a user just looking for the new experiences, then you will still have to wait for a little bit. And that's one, because people still need to get started with it. And there's not really, I mean, there are some like small projects here and there. And I think like the biggest one right now is the project Aurora from Galkite Simon on Discord. But he still needs to publicly release his Wooting integration. So that's a big one. And there's also another one where you can, he made like a little program where he uses the Analog SDK to make a piano. And that one is really cool. But I think that one, it requires a bit more work to set up because it's not like public friendly yet, I guess. But if you're comfortable with using Visual Studio, then you should be able to easily pick it up.
Yeah.
And I think Darren this is a good question to hook into, is will there be an app manager in Utility instead of third-party installations? I mean, I want to say yes and that.
Wait, I think we should say first is that Darren just gave a very good suggestion.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with. So that's what I'm saying. Like the tools to make applications are there for developers, but the problem right now is there's still a disconnect between a developer making something and all the people that have a Wooting keyboard being able to easily use it. And I think like that's where sort of this app manager or plugin system or whatever that's where that sort of comes into play. So we don't have a solution for that yet. And I'm also not entirely sure how to implement something like that. So if you have ideas, then please reach out.
Yeah, I think it's actually a very, I don't think we really got to the point to think about that specifically. But it's a very good idea to entertain.
Yes.
Because going into the future, it can be a very interesting thing to have working. So, yeah.
Hey, Dingleflop, welcome to the stream, dude. First stream, welcome.
Welcome, man. So Darren VS, very good suggestion actually. I really like it. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be like app manager in Utility or something, but the idea of having this a more integrated solution where people can easily just start using creations from others without having to go to a website necessarily or downloading stuff or something like that. It's just like, this is cool, let me start using it. But how what will that look like, and what is a good way to do it? That's a different story.
Yeah. I think it's also because I think initially when we envisioned the developer portal, we wanted to have like the RGB part and the analog part, but we put more emphasis on the analog part because we want to push the analog part to game developers so we can have like real native integration, right? And I think like if we would have focused more on the RGB part, that's where the sort of the plugins become very interesting, because then you can really get something like, because I think like, I mean, what would a user want to use within their utility? That's RGB effects, right? Because like doing things with analog in your utility is not very interesting. You want to use analog in games or other applications. So that's why we didn't focus on the plugin manager at first.
Yeah. It's let's see. So for that being for RGB is actually also a very interesting idea, because if you look at, I don't know how Razer does it necessarily.
They have like the Chroma. So if you look at their sign-up software, they have like a Chroma tab where you can find like different apps. But I think they need to be approved by Razer. Everything. I'm not really sure how that works.
I would even be thinking more of instead of it being literally apps. Well, depends on depends on what kind of RGB thing you want to have, because then you do have apps. So so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Are you saying downloading the zips from all over the place is a grateful way of finding cool stuff? Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. We have a technical question from Rocky. He says, if I see correctly, you change the user space for analog communication to be in allowed range, but the value of RGB stuff. I also commented on, because you opened the issue on the RGB control, right? And I also changed it for that one. And we still use it right now because I'm planning to phase it out over time, because we still ran into some issues with the utility where I'm still using that to detect it on the Mac. And the Mac does some very strange things with interface numbers. So until I find a better solution for that, I still need it for now. But I'm planning to phase it out over time. But still, good that you pointed it out. And I think like pretty much nobody understands what I'm talking about just now. But it's let's just call it a private conversation in the stream. And if you're interested, then give Rocky a call on Discord or something. He'll probably want to tell you.
Oh, live stream.
I got my boss to allow us to buy Wooting Twos for the office and the factory.
How'd you do that?
It's sick.
That is sick. I just thought of something but I can't do anything about it right now. There's no music in the background or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it makes the whole conversations that we're having awkward.
I don't know. It's always kind of awkward, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So.
No. Maybe Yenny can sing in the background.
She's not here now, but she's coming back with food.
Yeah, I'll make some background. There you go. Background music.
I don't think this is the background that we're looking for.
Is this working?
Kind of. It's not even that bad. Okay, so I think that. Oh yeah, definitely hearing it now.
Is this what you're looking for?
All right, so let's hop over to the next topic. Is more Wooting 2 focused. So when it comes to the Wooting 2, this upcoming week, ending the week, probably in the weekend, because I'm going to have a very busy week. Mm-hmm. I will write the monthly blog, which includes a update about Wooting 2, which includes some parts of what I'm going to share right now and some more new information when I'm writing it. So the progress we're making right now is that the last thing that we did was make a new prototype. So I have the same prototype that Jeroen has over there here, and we had to make a new one, and we covered this in the last stream. That's why it kind of sucks that last live stream disappeared.
Yeah.
Can we automate the uploads to YouTube? It really... Okay, anyway. So what did we change? We changed on the new prototype, because I don't have it here, we changed the spacing in between these two keys, and on the other side. It's a little bit hard to do this because my cable is a bit short. So okay, so these two spacings we changed and made them smaller. So it's a very very small change, and we also changed something in the inside of the keyboard, some things on the PCB, but also something on the bottom case. And because of those changes, we had to make a new prototype, and that new prototype arrived this week. Looked all good. Cost us a bunch of money, but because it's all good, we can start making the tooling now. So I gave the manufacturer the go ahead to make the tooling for the keyboard, and tooling is
a big deal.
That's a really big deal. I already got the invoice from them.
That's even a bigger deal.
It's no fun, I can tell you that.
If you're ever wondering why it's so expensive to start production, the answer is tooling.
Yes. So, what is tooling, right? We're basically talking about when we do mass production of the keyboard, we have to make every part in high quantities, and you need to be able to do that as fast as possible and as accurate as possible, meaning the quality needs to be there, everything needs to be the same as possible. So tooling is basically the molds and tools for the machines to mass produce a product. So on our product, on our Wooting Two, we have the top plate, which I have I cleaned up all my stuff, which is really great for the house, but not so great for streams. So we have the top plate.
Yeah, mine is very dirty, but okay, top plate. I'm showing it now. You talk, I'll show.
There we go.
I'm your show girl.
So this top plate, for the Wooting Two, we need to make
this
the
Wooting One
tooling.
though, but it's the same idea.
Yeah. So we need to make the tooling for that one is one of them.
Yeah. So it basically means that you need to have some sort of mold, because the aluminum needs to be pressed with like this angle and like a bunch of holes in it and everything. Yeah. So that's the one part.
And the second part is the bottom case.
Yes.
And there we go. So that's also Wooting One. So that's that's like the plastic bottom case, and this is with plastic injection. So this mold is actually a real cast.
Very strong.
With some openings, and in those openings it ejects plastic, and then it quickly dries, and then you have this as a result. I think one thing I want to mention is a big difference between our bottom case versus other bottom cases that you see on the market is
yes.
Yeah, if you have is the PCB screwed in, or
no? Can
you take it out?
Sure. Okay. This is sort of going to work. Wait, I need to take out this cable. Yeah, okay, got it.
My lovely assistant Jeroen will now demo the top. My lovely assistant Jeroen will now demo the bottom case of the Wooting One. And thankfully, I added a mark on Twitch to introduce the topic, which I did not. All right, see you soon, Cop. So you can see in the bottom case here of the Wooting One is that there's kind of a honey grid, okay? And there's some pros and cons with this honey grid. The big pro of the honey grid is that it makes the bottom case a lot more strong. So you can still twist it a little bit, but it's very minimum compared to having no honey grid, right? So
no bend, no bend at all. No, there's a little bend, but but it's not a big bend. This is like me pulling full force.
Yeah, until you break it.
Yeah.
So.
There's also a wee man chilling. Yeah, that's true. For those of you that have never seen this.
Yep.
Oh,
That's our little Easter egg on the Wooting
that's
One.
a little Easter egg for the Wooting One.
So what you see a lot of other keyboard companies do with the bottom case is they will not necessarily have this honey grid, but they might just have like crosses pointing upwards, or they might just have a very low, thinner plastic casing, which you can literally twist in a twirl.
Yeah.
All right, so the tooling and the molding for all that stuff is expensive, and that's actually where most of the why we need to have a good amount of orders before we can even get started, because it's a fixed cost. No matter how much you make, you need to pay for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's being made right now, and once the tooling is done for the Wooting Two, we can start doing a sample production. And the sample production is very basically a test
Also,
production.
The whole process of making the tooling takes about 2 months, right?
It depends. This could take up to a month. It really depends on the checks in between. So it could take up to 2 months. But since we have done, we're doing it with the same factories, the structure is nearly the same as the first Wooting One. And we know what to look for when we get samples. It can be done in a faster time than we did with the first one.
Yeah, but let's just say up to 2 months. Yeah.
Up to 2 months. Oh, are you guys hearing all those notification stuff from my PC?
I'm not hearing anything.
I think. Oh, Jeroen just got really big.
What? What happened? Did Skype just zoom?
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Whoa! That's. Oh, it's zoomed out again.
Oh my god. Oh no, it did it again. The Skype stuff jumps up. Okay. No, it's not. You're not big. Okay. Okay, so Wooting Two wise, that's the status right now, and I'll be talking more about it in the update. With the Wooting One, we had a chance to actually check out the tooling factory and made videos of tooling being made. I don't think this year we have the same opportunity to do that, but I will take a look if we can get some pictures of our molds and our tooling. So yeah, that would be and yeah. So hopefully I can share that next week, by the end of next week. And I mean, as far as they start, hopefully I can share it in between. Okay, so that was Wooting Two production wise. And once again,
Did you make a timestamp?
no. So I'm very pleased with not making a timestamp.
I'll do it later.
My wife is back home. I can smell fried chicken. It's definitely fried stuff.
Yes.
Oh, she's smiling. Yeah.
Of course, it's fried chicken.
Now everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Taiwanese style, not Texas fried chicken.
Taiwanese style.
Very good.
Okay, so next topic. Oh, wait.
What's the next up?
I was also thinking we'd had this question.
This one.
Did I skip it now?
From African Doodle? You mean that one? Does the PCB have any splash guards or anything similar? As in like being water protected. Had a cat killed by Corsair Lux? I mean, what did the cat do? Like spill water over it or something? I assume. But let's see. No, basically we don't have like anything special in place. We've heard from a lot of people that like spills happen, but most often when you just unplug it as soon as possible, let everything dry, and clean it first, and then like let everything dry really well before you plug it in again. Most often you're good. Yeah, but the most important thing is that don't have anything plugged in when it's wet. That's when you break something.
Oh, this is interesting question.
Yes,
It's a big
I agree.
one. Do you guys
Do it.
think that you could have done more to overhype the Wooting? I like that it reached a greater market. I realize, as in he would like it to reach a greater market. I realized that you were trying to be chill in the Kickstarter, but I think it wouldn't have been bad to act up and viral the product more. I didn't know exactly what the right answer to it is, because on the one side, it's not that we're not trying to sell the product, to put it that way, and that we're not trying our best to let as many as possible people to know about it. But I guess the reality is just that all three of us are not necessarily we are not great marketing people. Let me put it that way. We're not
Yeah.
great sales and marketing people in the end. We have our way, but it's definitely not the way how other companies do it when it comes to hyping up stuff and really selling their product. We definitely have sometimes, for example, with Kickstarter, there's a lot of things that we'll feel and think, my God, we're really not going to join this stuff because it really does not fit us. And an
Yeah.
example is those Kickstarter agencies that start throwing ads on Facebook with your Kickstarter saying, let me make
This
an
product
example.
reads 100% funding in a few hours. Check out this amazing product. I think like
See,
an
and
even
then
better
it doesn't-
example.
that
An even
and
better
then-
example would be all those people like asking you for cross promotion, and there will be like some sort of fitness ankle measurement thing or something, asking for cross promotion with your Kickstarter, and then we're always like, what the fuck? Have you even seen our products? They have nothing alike. Our audience wouldn't even be interested in your damn thing. But this is the best shoes you've ever dreamed of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. And
So
we personally just don't feel comfortable with it. There's definitely some things that we do already that it's a little bit outside of our comfort zone. But there's a limitation to how far we push that, because at the same time we don't want to communicate a message that doesn't fit with who we are.
Yeah. I think Aristotle, you have a good point. He says, I don't think that my top Kickstarter project is so bad. I've come across a good product that I would have kind of missed without it. Yeah, I think like that's, I mean, you're right. It's not necessarily bad. And I think it would even be better if we would do more of it. But it's also, I don't know, we feel like also the message we want to hit with everything we do is not necessarily like, I don't know. It's kind of hard.
It's
something we think about a lot and struggle with a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah. So we when it comes to the Facebook ads, we do our own Facebook ads, and we did a couple for the Kickstarter that would be more relevant. And we don't like to work with the agency also because the rates they ask, to be honest, is bunkers.
That's insane.
Especially for a keyboard in our product in this case. Like they sometimes ask like 30% of the of what they what they get in. Plus you have to pay for all the advertising costs. And for our product category and what we're making, it's like impossible.
Yeah. It's hard to prove that you have a genuine and decent brand, I guess. I think the Wooting is reaching the point where people can't question, is this a useless gimmick and pipe dream? It's clearly real and reusable. Yeah, I mean, that's also, I think, like, if you want to call it strategy or what we do, it also just takes time. It takes time to build a certain reputation, I guess. And it's not like it screams in your face, but it has to increase. And I think like we probably need to push it more. That's true. but I think it's also that I think you can also notice that the reputation that it's actually a product you can use and we support, that's definitely getting more out there.
Yeah, that's
but not enough yet.
Exactly what June just said. I think relating to that is everything we do in the end is really about trying to build up something long term. That's so decisions that we make, we also try to build it up for long term, and over long term we want to have a certain way of communicating, certain image, and a certain vibe to what's inside Wooting. And what we definitely don't want to have, even though that would be the best for our revenue, probably it would be best for our sales, is to be that one company that pushes the product in your face and somehow convinces you to buy it, but then it's on your desk and you're like, they're not necessarily in love, but you're like, well, okay.
Yeah. Like the... Okay, I'm not going to name any names.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's see. I think we had another interesting one. So,
okay.
We'll talk about Tino later. Ricardo says, a friend of mine asked me to compare the new Razer optical keyboard to the Wooting because I'm the expert. Job offer when? Did you sell him the Wooting keyboard? If you did, then you're hired. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I think I think we could talk a little bit about the Razer optical keyboard, because I do think it's a very interesting keyboard.
It's interesting for other reasons than the people in the chat will think about, probably. Well, at least for me, it is.
Okay, so tell me.
Because in chat we would be thinking about, focus on the part that, oh, it's optical, but so expensive maybe, or it's not even that special, and their marketing is maybe maybe something like this. But I think, from my perspective, it's more, holy shit, finally, big brand, big company adopts an optical switch keyboard, and it's not effing Cherry.
Yes, that's true.
That's what it says for me. But when it comes to comparing apples with apples, Razer is Razer, and people still buy that stuff in the sense that they eat it all up, whatever they say. So
yeah, that's very true. I think.
And oh wait, this is not part of bashing. It's more part of like, why is the keyboard 10 key rollover?
Oh my god, yeah. That's just incredible.
Guys, it's okay for them to let us make the keyboard for you, okay? And at least it won't be 10 key rollover. And they have optical switches and it's still 10 key rollover.
I don't understand this at all. It's just, it has to be, oh my god, it pissed me off so much, because it has to be a software limitation. And if you spend even a little time on keyboard firmware, you can quickly realize that it's very easy to make an N-key rollover implementation without sacrificing anything. But I don't know. For some reason, there's always this sort of idea that I don't know, it's some sort of miracle. It's some sort of miracle or something. N-key RO. Well, it should be the standard. It should be the standard for a long time already. It's so stupid. Yeah.
Anyway,
the most interesting thing for Razer about me is I don't know. I'm really curious to how their switches would be like, because they're basically rebrand Bloody Light Strike. Is it Bloody Light Strike?
Yeah, the new Light Strike models are produced by A4Tech.
Oh yeah, A4Tech, yeah. And and they released it under Bloody, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's what Razer did before, of course, where they just take the switches, rebrand them with Razer. I'm not really sure what the whole story with the stabilizers on the switch is. That's still very confusing to me. I think there must be some sort of, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a conscious design choice for me. It sounds more like something that they thought they had to implement because there was some other problem with probably they couldn't use the spring in combination with the optical or something, so they had to think of something else. I don't know.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, you know.
I've seen the Switch in person myself, like 2
Okay.
years back on Computex. You know, it's like an old
Yeah.
Switch. It's
Yeah,
been there
yeah.
for a while, but there's no top casing on the Switch, so if you don't have the stabilizer,
Oh,
the whole stem
yes.
pops off.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's why they need to have it in place. Yeah.
Okay.
And a benefit should be, but I haven't thought about it in the Computex. It's too loud. I guess could maybe be is the sound that it produces. Might be. It's going to be a different sound for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would still love to. I would still love to try it. Yeah. Oh my God! Let me tell you something about marketing. There was this one article on Tech Radar or something, and it was like this legitimately set up article where he did like an interview with somebody from Razer about the new Razer optical keyboard, and he literally said that the Razer optical keyboard is faster because the light can travel faster through air than with electrical or something like that. And it is so incredibly stupid that I don't even know where they got it from. Because light travels fast. Oh yeah, he said because light travels faster than electrical current. And it's like, that's not even. It's so incredibly nonsensical. I mean, first of all, I mean, it's true. It's true that because electric current travels at like 2/3 of the speed of light, but we're talking about. Oh my God! It's like,
So it's as if
it's like,
the whole keyboard is light.
yeah. It's so. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true, and it matters when you think about like optical electronical circuits on like very high performance circuit board or something, but not when you have like a beam of light that you need to interrupt with. I mean, 1 millisecond. I'm sure the person failed to see that the keyboard is connected via copper cable. Yeah.
Exactly what Cop said.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Average school. You're right. It's 2/3, but it's 2/3 of 3 times the power, 3 times 10 power 8 kilometers per second. It's like.
But I can tell you exactly why and where this stuff comes from in the end is people working at these companies, they are not keyboard people, that to start with, okay? That's definitely is a thing. And the people doing those interviews are definitely not a gamer.
Yeah. But I think like also.
But they're not going to be technical and they don't know that much necessarily about keyboards.
I like the suggestion a lot. What Wooting needs is a vacuum between the LED and the sensor to make it the speed of light. Oh yeah, I mean like all those particles in the air like destroying the speed of the keyboard. But that's also why we wrote like this whole blog about keyboard input speed, right? And what it basically boils down to is how fast can you scan your keyboard. That's the most important factor. And then like in any promotion you see or any article or video, they never talk about it. They never mention like any number about how fast it is. It's just that it's light, so it's fast. That's what it boils down to. I mean, yeah.
It's also the reason why we're not that great in the sales and marketing department, because to work on that level is just very you feel it doesn't feel good. Like you're oversimplifying something. You're oversimplifying something to make it sound. It's not about. It's exactly the whole thing that we don't like about the gaming industry. That's just it, okay? It used to be with you would buy a case for game, you would buy a gaming case in that time, like way back. You would build your own PC, right? And building your own PC was a thing. And you would buy this like case for gaming, right? And then it would like write down everything like the ultimate case for the gamer, you can own the noobs
it's still
blah blah, right?
It's still true, right?
And they just give you like this super over the top bullshit that they think really resonates with the gamer, and like this basically, I don't want to say lying straight away, but basically oversimplifying things, and it's almost lying about the product, giving you a lot of misconceptions about what it really means. Just like how they've been promoting in general.
We're not gonna go there, right?
Which part?
I don't know what what are you saying now? What are you gonna say now?
I was gonna mention a couple of examples.
Oh,
Anti-ghosting.
gaming chairs?
No, oh my god, gaming chairs. Oh my god, don't even start about gaming chairs.
I think like when I lost like a lot of hope in the industry is when we were at Computex and we were talking with some German guys, and they were just laughing about how much money they were making like selling crappy gaming chairs. That pissed me off so much. It's like they know what they're doing. They know they're pushing complete shit products for a premium price, and they're just laughing about how much money they make. Oh my god, I was so pissed.
It's and just walking around Computex and to see how many of those brands and new brands have freaking gaming chairs, and then you're asking yourself, but why? There's only one answer to a but why. If the gaming industry adopts something, is because you can earn a shit ton of profit on the product. So, okay. So this is why.
Let's timestamp this about as renting time, Wooting renting time.
Okay.
Yeah, this is why I'm using IKEA chairs. At least they don't try to rip you off. They sell like decent prices decent product for decent prices.
I do wish.
But I think like I'm happy to see in the chat that I feel like at least a lot of people are agreeing with us. But I think that's also, at least I hope, like what we attract in a way, or what we stand for. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think like Tony says, I think you can sell it on your values as well. No need to feed people some cool crap facts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's that's the style we want. That's the way I want to do all of this, and not.
But it does make it more difficult, I guess.
Yeah, because
it also makes it something we actually enjoy doing.
Work in how we're working, you mean, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's more important to me than the other stuff. So
the chair in $3.99, it ain't good. Oh my god!
The cost of those chairs is
$3.99.
Okay. Okay, what I wanted to, where were we? Sorry. So
I don't know. I think we started with the
right.
Razer keyboard, and then we started ranting about the gaming industry.
Cool thing about the Razer keyboard.
Oh, I mean, there are cool things about the Razer keyboard.
The wrist rest.
I think. Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I like
not for
the
the reason.
like that
not for the reason why it needs that connection. That is like.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's there.
I think like so for those of you that don't know, the Razer wrist rest will have pogo pin connections, so it will have a connection with the keyboard. So in theory, you'll be able to connect different things to the front of your keyboard. In practice, it will just be an RGB wrist rest. Exactly, RGB wrist rest. Can we have more RGB? And the answer is always yes, we can.
They always find a way. I was already like shocked how it's in RAM modules, it's in freaking power supplies. It's a video card. It's literally every freaking thing on your PC has RGB now.
when I Computex, I think my girlfriend asked me the question, and she was like, "So," and she was really serious about it too. And she said, "But Jeroen, I have to ask you something. What makes a product a gaming product?" I was like, well, that's a very good question. So let me give you the answer. You take an ordinary product, you put RGB on it, and then you sell it for 50% more.
Oh my god. This is and this is exactly the issue. That's okay.
Oh my god, my fan doesn't have RGB. This is over. This is useless. Oh my god. Okay, we did have a really interesting question, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't want to miss this.
Average.
Oh, I think so too.
From Average Cool or?
Yeah, you're not going to do an Indiegogo, right? Just use your own store. The thing about these sites like Indiegogo or Master is that they have intrinsic exposure and marketing. You want to answer that?
I don't know for which part using Indiegogo, just Indiegogo in general. I think in the reason why we chose Kickstarter for the Wooting Two is because the first one we also did on Kickstarter, so we thought it would be the right thing to do on the same platform. In hindsight, I don't think I have any doubts about that decision because we're also familiar with Kickstarter and everything. Indiegogo, I know it has a different audience, would have been interesting also. We could have done Indiegogo in demand, for example, but it's not necessary for us because we have our own shop. And I feel that a lot of the traffic that knows about us is also, comes from us, like and not necessarily from Indiegogo. So yeah, and then when it comes to Massdrop, let's see. When it comes to Massdrop, Massdrop is something that we would still be able to consider. I mean, there's been a lot of shit lately about Massdrop. In the
keyboard world.
In the keyboard world, yeah. So if we go to the mechanical keyboard world and we go to the makers, then there's also some love and hate with Massdrop.
Yeah. The big problem with Massdrop is it's just focused on the US.
Yes, and we would the only thing Massdrop would be good for us is selling, but when it comes to logistics, we have a much better solution for that than what Massdrop can ever offer you. Yeah. Okay, so I saw another one from Average Cool, but it's not so much a question as a mentioning.
Yeah, it's a gaming mouse. It's I think like it might be you, or somebody else also posted a few times in Discord. I think it's no, it's not the final mouse. It's I don't know. There's some mouse.
I forgot the name also.
Is he funded over? Oh, the Linux Astrum lightweight monitor gaming mouse computers. Wow, 92%. Oh, he should make it in the last 10 days. So what usually happens with campaigns?
He's at 92 now.
Yeah.
How much? Yeah, he should make it. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say like what usually happens is that also with our Kickstarter it goes like this. Like at first it goes really fast and then slows down, and then at the end it slightly increases again.
Yeah.
So I think this definitely should be able to make it, because at the end like people get like reminders that it's almost over, and they get pressured into getting it still. So I think it should be good.
Yeah.
And I should take a look at this one. I haven't really looked at it yet.
He has a very interesting mouse in the sense of that it's very modular. You can change it in all the different type of shapes, and you can change the positioning of the sensor, so and that way you can tailor it to your hand.
Oh, is this one person?
From what I've seen, is this guy actually sells gaming mice on Amazon, but it's just like stock mice with his own brand on it. And from how I read his stuff, what must be the case is that mouse he made right now, he's making it with the manufacturer that he's also buying the stock models from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, it says the problem with the Aurora and the Venator, which is our Fuse 2 mouse, is that they're ODM mice, which are mice already made by the factory, which can be customized. So he can customize it, but he doesn't have. Huh?
Oh, I didn't even read that, but
No,
saw it on
I just
Amazon, so I guessed it.
yeah. You're right. And I hope I can, and I think this is the more important thing. I hope I've proven with the Venator that 90s can be a serious brand, that I'm more than capable of seeing through many great products. So I think he's really like looking to do his own thing now.
Which is really
That's very
great
cool.
for him.
Yeah, I
I'm
hope he
very
makes-
happy. I'm very happy for
Yeah.
him to be able to have built up to the point, which is
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
His previous mouse was good, but not perfect. He built it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I had to buy stock mold because mold is so expensive.
Yes.
But I'm really curious, like how he's going to deliver, because even if he raises 65,000 and with like how much tooling costs can be, and
The difference with his tooling and our tooling is he has a lot of small parts. So the
yeah,
smaller
but he mentioned somewhere that it will be around 40,000 for the tooling.
40,000?
Yeah.
Well, he has a lot of small parts, that like a shit ton.
Speaking
of
of
parts.
like the Astrum is expensive. The tooling for the plastic parts alone costs around 40,000, and there's also an MOQ of 1,000.
Then the only way he can
Ooh.
do this is he has serious funding from his own
Serious
companies.
funding, yeah.
Funding from his own company is of course going to help, but it's not. Yeah, and then he has some serious support from the manufacturer. There's no other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that must be it. Like because I mean I assume because there's also like part of the team is also a factory project manager, so I assume he has some very good relations with this factory in particular.
Yeah.
Which is something like I think for Chinese factories is something they value a lot, because having like a sort of an direct entry into
Consumer market.
US market,
Mm.
and like basically having like a marketing platform. I mean for them it's just a channel, right? A marketing channel. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that
Anyway,
would have been the
check it out.
situation, because I saw in his in an update, I checked it when I saw in his update that he would check with the project manager at the factory or something. But the way he said it already sounded like, okay, these guys know each other for a longer while, have been working together for a longer while, and it's a UK guy.
He's from the UK, not even
Yeah.
from the US.
No, and
So does he sell mainly in the US, or does he focus
Amazon.
on-
He just does Amazon. I don't know if
Eh.
he probably does Amazon US. I doubt that he wouldn't be on there.
Yeah, but I mean like yeah. Okay, interesting.
So to be a bit critical is the thing. I feel a little bit too bad about the mouse. No, I'm saying wrong. I have no idea yet about the mouse, but the thing that I would be afraid for if I'm him is the fact that it's so customizable to all the different hand sizes. It kind of feels like it's one mouse made for everyone, but that's just impossible.
Yeah, I have to read through it, like what he does.
Okay.
But I think I mean it's still pretty awesome that he even set up something like this. It's it's a great project, and a lot of respect. I think we should try to reach out to him if we can. I think it will be very interesting.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think like yeah, we know that Amazon.com is official, but if you look at Europe, then you have the UK, German, and France, Spain. Right? Am I missing something? Italy, I think.
Yeah.
So these are definitely separate shops. So and also have like separate review sections and everything. So I think like doing what he does, yeah, he probably also like I wonder what he just focuses on the US or has like.
I assume he's been doing full-time job, did this on the side, played the Amazon game, built up the capital, and then decided to do this mouse as I'm going to do this full-time.
Yeah, but I think like I mean what this. I think at one point he says like, oh, it's a one-man gig, but it's very possible if you just work hard at it and also have a good factory to work with. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of like the tough things can be done by the factory if you have a good one with a good engineering team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely very, very important. Can save you a lot of trouble, and
Yeah.
definitely, it's definitely worth paying more to have that than going
Oh,
cheaper.
yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we should reach out to him and just make contact. No idea for
Yeah.
what yet, but might be interesting to have something running. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh my God, we should have done this before, because then this would have been like an interesting target for cross promotion.
True, but then you get big problem is he launched on Indiegogo, and Indiegogo and Kickstarter people don't mingle well, from what I heard, for some reason.
Really? Oh, okay. Okay, interesting.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's.
Last
Ed-
question.
Oh, for
Frizo asks, are you considering distributing the Linux utility as something more packageable? Yeah, let's talk about it in Discord. Just not now. As in, I'm looking at like better options, but I don't really have time for it now. But I'm definitely considering it, and it will really help a lot. I mean, okay, so if you really want it, then what I can suggest is download Electron and Electron Builder and see what kind of package options there are and how we can implement auto update. And if you can give me something I can implement, then I'll do it immediately, because I just don't have the time to. Because I'm just afraid that it will be a very big time sink for me to get everything to work. So that's why I choose for App Image, because it's the easiest for me.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're reaching the end of the stream. I think we covered all the topics, right?
I think so, yeah.
We went a lot of off topic. We timestamped everything, of course.
Yeah.
But that's for the next stream.
Yes.
So I don't know if there was any final question, but I think we covered. I think there is one
Did we miss something?
that is pretty good to answer. Are the latest improvements in the input speed in the current firmware or only in the beta?
They're still only in the beta, and there's not really a reason why they're not public yet. It's just that
there's a good reason, right?
Because the focus is not on it yet now, or
because if it works, but implementing it has to come also with some utility things to make it work well. As in, yeah, we can't just throw it out there, because then we're just gonna, so many different people with different keyboard situations can hit different problems. So we want to, how do you say that? Quarantine.
We need to get it right.
Yeah. We want to quarantine what can possibly happen, and do a little bit better implementation instead of just scanning be faster and that's it.
Yes. Average Cool says you should have hosted a Star Citizen streamer called Binary Loop who bought the keyboard. My recommendation. I mean, if you personally know him, then feel free to reach out to him or bring us in touch. That'll be really cool.
He can. We can set up an affiliate if that's something he's interested in.
He's actually live now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'll somehow figure out how to do the hosting stuff on Twitch. So when we end the stream, we'll host them.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Okay, then we will be back in 2 weeks on the live stream. Big update ending next week. Today was actually it was not that bad. I felt pretty chill. Some very interesting topics that came up. It was fun to talk about.
Yep.
Just to host Binary Loop. Okay, can I also end the stream that way?
I think it will end. I
Okay.
think, so to recap, blog posts will be coming out next week or something, and it will include like updates about the Wooting Two status, like what we talked about earlier this stream. Anything else? Love the RGB run earlier. That was fun. Yeah.
If you
I'll time some of it.
when it comes to the whole, that's interesting actually, is that when it comes to like the gaming industry stuff, which includes the RGB and the way marketing is done, I think all three of us can kind of get pissed off and really
We have a very strong opinion about it.
yeah. That's also why we started
The
Wooting.
magician at the time I'm late. Yeah, you wouldn't say. Yeah.
No shit,
Okay,
Sherlock.
well,
All right.
you can watch the video back on Twitch. Sorry, dude. In 2 weeks. Make sure to catch us in 2 weeks, same time.
2 weeks, same time. All right, then I'm gonna host Binary Loop, doing Star Citizen.
Cool.
Looks pretty good. So, see you guys. Be good to Binary Loop,
Okay, thanks for watching.
and thanks for watching. Yep, and this one will be on YouTube.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hopefully this works. How about raiding binary loops? Your community is twice as likely to engage with binary loops after a raid. Oh, so we raid him? There.
What? You just host him, right?
Well, I can also raid him.
What does that mean?
Does that mean the whole chat
We're
goes to him? I
Are we
need some
still
help with
live?
this guy. Yeah, we're still live.
Just
Sorry.
host him.
No, I want to do it, but it says like we can also raid him. Does that mean everybody jumps to his channel?
I think just do the host, I guess.
Raiding, you say?
Oh.
Yeah, raid sends everybody over there. Host does not. Hey, let's do it. Let's raid it. Be nice to him.
Oh.
Tell him.
Okay.
Tell
Be nice,
him to,
guys.
You have to tell him to reach out. Yeah. You have to tell him to reach
Okay,
out to
great,
get
great,
the
great.
affiliate and stuff. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, here we go. Bye-bye. So now what?
So we're still.
But we're still
I don't know.
stream- well,
No,
we're still
we're still
streaming.
live. It's
And now we quit, right?
now we quit. Yeah.
Okay.